the fighter and the kid. Had to run it back, cause we back at it again. Yeah, we gon' keep it moving like it's never gonna end. When it was Brendan, when it was Bryan, when it was just talking to friends. We got the kid Callen on the left, with the fighter on the right. Ay, had to do it right, cause we coming at you live. Back with the team, had to keep it OG. Must see TV. Yes, we did, cause we back at it again. It's the fighter and the kid. Back at it again, it's the fighter and the kid. Back at it again, it's the fighter and the kid. It's the fighter and the kid.
This is really the fighter and the kid. We're out.
Come on, baby.
This is how we do it. This is how Chin does it. Sha-la-la-la-la.
Guys,
this is how we do it.
First of all, I want to thank...
It's Wednesday morning.
Wednesday. I want to thank everybody out there for telling me how great I look all the time.
That's nice.
You know what I mean? And all I'm wearing is fucking black T-shirts and jeans.
You keep it simple.
I got to shake it up a little bit. You were very colorful this morning. You showed up in a pair of Dior sunglasses. Mm-hmm. You got jewels around your neck. Mm-hmm. You got a tank top showing off them
new Thicccboy tank top. Here's the new tee.
Them ripe delts.
End of July.
You got some ripe delts, kid. Ripe delts.
Like a stingray.
You know what I call you when you're in a tank top, right? Hungry eyes. Hungry eyes.
Remember we were around those, I think it was an actress, remember that?
Yeah.
And
pretty famous actress.
Very famous actress, and I pretend not to eat.
Well, they were eyeing you up, but good. It was like...
They're hungry.
It was like you got two kids and a giant candy cane. Mm-hmm. Walks in. A giant candy cane with feet comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Them
big
girls...
Dick, big fat dick.
You know...
Keep going. No, I like where you're going. I don't mean to stop the train.
Don't edit my fucking story because I didn't say that.
But a candy cane with big fat dick?
No. I know you want a big fat dick.
No, a tan candy cane.
A respectable dick.
Depends what we're talking about.
Respectable dick, right?
Good. It's good.
Fine.
It's good.
May I continue?
Yeah, sorry. I just want, brown candy cane.
I don't need you to fucking...
Big juicy dick.
Edit my story.
I know. I just would wish you'd say candy cane, juicy dick.
He comes in and goes, before the girls were there, he comes in and goes, I'm going to get 2 pieces of this pie. Because he looked at me and goes, he just goes down and he goes, that pie looks nice.
Best pizza in the world.
That pie looks nice.
Oh, you're talking about the straight pie now.
I'm talking about straight pie.
Oh, I thought we were going New York slang.
They had themselves...
We call pizza pie in New York.
Yeah. They had an apple pie.
Oh.
About 3 inches thick.
At least, Daddy.
With that crust.
Oh.
The fuck out of here with that crust.
Flaky crust. So Daddy got a piece of the apple pie and 3 slices of the pepperoni
You
pizza?
did, and you looked at me, and the apple pie, they got it all sitting up there. You know how when you're a little horny and then you're in Instagram and some girl is on a stool with her butt? You know, they'll do that. It'll be like, just like, oh, let's see how I can tap into the male lizard brain. And some girl's got this impossible butt and side boob, and she's just got her ass hanging off a stool. And she's like, what, this little old thing? And every guy's like, you got to pause a little bit.
And the caption's a Bible quote.
If your girl's next to you, you go, I'm not going to pause because I'm on a plane and people behind me can see, I'm going to keep scrolling through.
Or they quote like Albert Einstein. I'm like, how dare you?
No,
how dare you drag Steve Jobs into this?
Yeah, the best is, I can't believe the world's on fire like this. People are hungry. It's like, okay.
Or it'd be that, and it's like, save Ukraine. It's like, all right.
That's right.
Always.
But they had that pie basically set up the way your butt is on a stool if you got ass for days. And then he goes, I'll get a pie. He goes, maybe I should get 2 pieces. No, I'll get 1 piece. I'll start 1 piece. And I go, and 3 pieces. You got excited. You go, pizza. So you got 3 slices. You can't wait to fucking
This is Jelena Takeaway, by the way. Oh. Best pizza. I mean, I love New York. They have great pizza. Jelena Takeaway?
I've said it.
You're from New York?
No.
Jelena Takeaway is me tough to beat.
I've eaten pizza everywhere in the world.
Everywhere, me too.
Naples, Italy.
Yep.
Rome.
Naples, Florida.
Yeah. All of it.
Rome, Georgia.
I've eaten everywhere.
Yeah.
New York? I've had some New York pizza. I lived there for 8 years.
Prince Pizza, right up there.
Very good pizza.
Right there. Top 1A, 1B. Jelena Takeaway?
Jelena, G-J-E, Jelena.
G-J-H-E-L-I-A.
Jelena is spelled, G-J-E-L-I-N-A. Best pizza on the planet.
The takeaway. The pizza in the restaurant, it's small, pan pizza. It's for
Still good.
for kids.
That,
it's good.
The lamb pizza, the pork cheek, the guanciale
margarita.
pizza, the fucking burrata margarita.
Come on, dude.
Stop it.
This is the crust, Daddy.
Girls come in, gorgeous.
Famous.
I say, bro, those girls are literally whispering about you and looking at you because you kind of knew one of the girls. She said hi to you.
Yeah.
Like, and then you go, I go, what are you doing? And he puts the pizza away and
the
wipes
pizza.
his mouth and
hit
just
it.
stands there.
And you go, why aren't you eating? I went, I'll wait till they leave.
I don't want to look like a fatty.
Really?
Yeah. Fat kid came out.
You ever seen Mark eat?
I have
It's
zero
disgusting.
self-consciousness.
It's
about eating.
disgusting.
Maybe I should. I mean,
I don't
probably
think you're
should have a lot
aware of
more.
it. It's literally
Yeah.
like the Cookie Monster, but with like lasagna.
No, look, people
He'll
have
go
been
like
telling
this.
me my whole life.
And it's
Almost everyone who ever sees me eat, because it's a few different things. I mean, sloppiness would be one vector, but also the speed at which I eat seems to frighten people. They're like,
How many calories do you take a day in?
the upper limit is very high. I usually don't, so it's like, when we're on the road and we go somewhere, it's like,
But Mark,
I may eat 10,000 calories in a day, but normally like 3,000.
yeah,
10,000.
Yeah, I don't care. But but when you eat, no one cares. But when you eat, slow down. When you eat, it's like you eat like you're in the military. Like we're rushing you to go off to war.
Prison.
Yeah, people will be like,
Prison,
hey,
military.
slow
You
down.
ever seen military
I'm
guys eat
just-
like the chow,
Yeah.
like the chow yard? Like they don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, like you're a Navy SEAL and it's like you have like 20, like, they have like some
Yeah, there's
certain
no
amount,
rush
like,
to-
whatever you
Did
can.
you grow up with brothers?
I did, and we
So
all
did I, though.
Big
kinda
family,
grew
though?
up like
Like
not poor, but like there was
Food wasn't
some
unlimited.
idea. It wasn't, like I'd go over to other people's houses and be like, oh, you guys have a pantry? Like that's crazy.
yeah.
Like you just have unlimited food?
Yeah.
Because like that's the gallon of milk, and I'm getting to it before you do. So I don't know, but like
No, that's.
I don't feel any self-conscious about it. I probably should, because it immediately reveals it's like, oh, this person didn't grow up with money, or whatever it
but
said.
there-
I
there's
don't
nothing
think-
wrong with that,
I don't
but
think-
that's
no, I don't think
very
that.
common.
Yeah,
It
I don't
said-
think they
No,
grew up
it's
with
very
money.
common when you have
I-
a big family and food is not abundant.
Yeah,
You're not getting seconds unless you hurry up.
yeah. So
You've not seen someone eat like Mark, man. I'm telling you, it's
I would say speed, especially because people will be like, maybe people could eat more in a contest or something like that. But as far as pure speed,
I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, never in my life.
like didn't the Kogi truck burrito, like it's a Korean barbecue
Yeah.
burritos.
You ate it
my
before
friend,
we even
I
got
ate
to the
6
street.
of those in 5 minutes without a drink. Like, or I should say, the bet was that I could eat 6.
you're
and
not-
I got the
tasting-
6th one in my mouth.
but
and, like,
I
didn't
feel like you're
swallow.
not enjoying the food.
That's sort of a
That's what bothers me.
right.
You're not tasting.
I do, because my taste buds function, but people always say that too. Like, you're not tasting the food. I am, and that's what makes me want more of it. I know I could. It's for example, when I go to a nice restaurant, like a French restaurant or something, I'll be like, oh man, every bite is really good, and I do know what that feels like to do that. But sometimes I feel like putting away the food. I'll be like, oh shit, I need to pretend like I eat slow. Right
I was gonna
now.
say, when you go on a date, is your girl like, "Hey, man"?
Yes, it's almost like farting in front of a girl. It's like, oh, now you know that I like do these gross things. I have enough self-consciousness to be like, if I'm trying to impress somebody, I won't eat like a maniac, but
Yeah.
it's the default.
Mark
for
eats like Jabba the Hutt on the road, man.
Okay, what favorite meal? What's your favorite meal? If you're gonna die, last meal.
I don't. There's too much. I
got
love
it.
a nice fillet. Am I still on
You have 10
carnivore if I'm gonna
seconds.
die?
No, you can eat. Fuck off. You can eat everything.
No, but I want to look good in the casket. I don't want to be all bloated.
No, dude, come on,
No sodium.
dude. You got it. You can have anything you want. You're gonna die.
A fresh pizza from Prince.
I'll drain your blood, so don't worry about it.
I don't know, dude. There's so much food I fucking love.
You don't know.
There's like all the food
Is
that
it,
we've ever
is
had.
It, is it pizza? Is it steak? What is it?
It might be the T-bone from Scopa.
Okay.
The T-bone from Scopa
Respect.
with the steak tartare.
Okay. So a lot of meat.
Red meat, yeah, that's all I eat. Yeah, but
Yeah,
Daddy's back
I
on
know,
carnivore
dude.
2 weeks.
I got it, dude.
I don't want to be bloated in the casket though.
Hey, fucking dude. Hey, dude.
Hey, we put my Dior shades on when in the casket. I don't want to have bags in my eyes.
Man, I'm getting annoyed now. What are you gonna eat? What dessert are you gonna have?
dessert.
Yeah, bro. You get dessert.
I'll take
before
a
you die.
Pizookie from BJ's Pizza House. A Pizookie is, you know what I'll take? I'm glad you asked. This is the fat kid coming out of me. And I'm on a diet, so this is triggering. But
Yeah.
I'll take 2 warm chocolate chip cookies from Mrs. Fields. And then I want, and then I used to do this when I was a kid, weekly. Then I want probably 3 inches of vanilla icing in between.
Really?
It's called a double doozer.
What if I push a couple of voodoo donuts towards you? Would you trade that in?
I just had voodoo. No. Mrs. Fields double doozing all day.
Really?
Yeah, all day. You give me a cheat meal, that's my thing.
Too sweet for me.
Daddy can't eat them with his teeth anymore, but whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of helps me.
You go get your Invisalign yet to move your teeth around?
You know what? I called them.
And?
We're setting it up.
Okay.
We're setting up.
I'm getting angry
Because I'm on the road 2 weeks in a row, and then when I get back, Daddy has a little bit of break. I'm doing it then. I set it up.
I need you to do it
No, I set
before
it
that.
up. No, I can't do it before that. That ain't happening. Too busy.
I want you to move your teeth around.
Yeah, I know.
Okay?
Yeah, because yours looks good.
Dude, I'm back on the trays, okay? Because I didn't wear them 22 hours a day.
22 hours. Come on,
It's a problem.
dude.
And don't wear them 20 hours a day because it's not going to work. And then you'll be
It has to be 22.
You'll be 6 months in, and
can't
they
you
go,
just double down to 24 hours?
yeah.
But then you
you're
can't
not
eat
gonna
with them
wear-
on, right?
Yeah.
Drink your meals. Put it in a blender. Drink a steak to get your teeth straight.
Don't have that discipline.
Nobody does, dude.
No. You take care of your body. You take care of your fashion. You work out. You eat well. What about your brain? What about your state of mind, your mental health? People forget about this.
Dude, a healthy brain is everything.
But nobody
It's
wants
the
to go to a
engine to
therapist.
the body, dude.
Finding a good therapist, going to a therapist, it's expensive. It takes time. You got to wait in a room.
That's why our friends at BetterHelp, dude. Online therapy,
Online
it is
therapy.
cheaper than in-person therapy. BetterHelp is online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat only therapy sessions, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to, or you can. Like I said, it's much more affordable than in-person therapy.
And you can be matched with a therapist, a licensed therapist, in under 48 hours.
It's important, guys. Get your brain right. If your brain's right, that's working the engine. You're going to get to where you need to get. We're talking about professional online therapy. Professional, not your friends, not your family, professionals. All right. And you guys, the Fire Kid listeners and viewers, get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/fighter. That's better, HELP.com/fighter. You know what I did last night? You ever finish a show and you're so fucking bummed out?
Yes.
And I have nothing.
What was the show?
Bates Motel. And my mother-in-law's been telling me to watch it forever, and she knows TV. So our buddy Todd told me to watch it. And so I'm like, all right, fine, we got into it. And it starts off slow, and then you're in. It's 5 seasons. We finished last night. I was like, fuck. I was like depressed, man.
Yeah.
Same with Stranger Things. And then they take so long to come out. Like, then I get done with it, and I go down the rabbit hole. I look at, them breaking down, all the characters and like the behind the scenes and all that. Mm. And the director came out and said, we kind of got to move quicker on this one because they are supposed to be this age. So, for instance, a couple of the characters in the episode, they're 17, 18, but he goes, really, currently right now, they're like 30, 32.
that's a problem.
So we can only do that for so long. So we can't wait too long to film season 5.
That's right.
So I'm like, oh, dope. This is coming to, normal kind of fast time. I don't have to wait too long. This dude said we won't start shooting end of 2023. Oh, Daddy ain't getting it to 2024. By then I forget the plot.
That's
right. It's like Avatar 2.
You've moved on.
Dude, what's like Avatar 2 or Toy Story 4? 10, 15, 20 years later?
I've moved on.
Fuck?
I've moved the fuck
Oh,
on.
me too. I'm out. It's so
There's
disheartening.
too much competition.
Oh, dude, but the Bates Hotel's good, man.
Yeah.
That kid's so good who plays Norman Bates.
I don't know why I'm so obsessed with Alone. I can't even figure out why. I'd rather be, here's a true statement. I think I'd rather be watching Alone over anything else in the world sometimes.
Wow.
And I think it's just because I like seeing how you survive, and then I go to bed and I fantasize about how I would do it.
But it's the same time every time. It's like the first 48. All right.
It taps into the prepper in me or some weird shit. And people suffer. It's so interesting.
And they
If you
sign
ain't-
up for it.
Oh,
I think they win $100,000.
listen to me. You better be setting traps, nets, lines, and have a bow and arrow. You better be doing everything you
Yeah,
can.
but the people
all
that go on that show are like real outdoors extremists.
And they still starve.
And they've done it, but like they would $500,000, no camera crews, no gimmicks, alone ultimate test.
I don't want to
human
see.
will.
Don't show me that. I have 7 seasons to go.
Oh,
they
wow.
still starve. They still starve.
Well, yeah, but they also, what's interesting is this is their normal. They do this on their own time.
Yeah, they do.
They're like, well, you give me 500,000? Fuck yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah.
I tell you, one dude's still out there. Had a 7-bedroom condo made out of
so-
fucking
I can't wait to get to
weeds.
that.
It was lit. Had electricity and shit.
Damn.
Yeah. Do you guys want to watch TV? They're like, what in the fuck?
Yeah. Well, they'll drop. One dude just panicked. One dude in the first season, they drop him. He's a cop from Arizona. Not prepared. And also learn about the wildlife. Just learn about it. He goes, black bears, wolves, cougars. And more black bear, more wolves, more cougars. than anywhere else in North America. It's an island. I think it's Vancouver Island, and all they do is live there and hunt all day. Like they're like 1,000 cougars. You can hear the wolves howling.
And that's where they planted him?
2 black bear. The first night, 2 black bear are like just sniffing around, you know. And he's like, I'm going home.
He was out?
Yeah, he goes, I'm going home. He calls up. The next day he was home.
If you like that, I'm surprised you don't like 60 days in.
I probably will.
Do you know what it is?
No.
It's literally normal people that, like maybe their family member or something happened, or a correctional facility officer. They've never been inside prison. So for 60 days, they have to go into jail, like jail, like a nasty jail, and they're undercover. And so before they go in, like the sheriff and the person who runs, the warden, tell them like, you got to get your story straight. Because when you're the new guy in there, they're going to ask you why you're in here, and it better be fucking airtight because they're going to sniff it out. And if they find out that you're a plant, it's trouble. Like, we got to get you out of there.
Yes.
And then they all have a sign. Like, they go, if you go up, because they know where the camera's at, that the crew is watching. If you go up there and you start rubbing your neck, we know to get you out. There's a problem. So
Wow.
There's one guy in there and clearly has some issues, but he was married. I think he had a kid. He did 60 days. Thriving. He's never been to prison. I think his dad was in prison, so he wanted to feel what his dad went through. So he's in there for 6 days. Thrives. Everyone loves him. He's fucking has friends. And they go, 6 days up, he goes, and he has a little kid and a wife, and he goes, I think I'm going to stay another 60 days. Does another 60. Thriving. Because, you know what? Stay another 60. You got 180. Dude, just fucking move in. Free rent.
Just love hanging with the guys.
Yep.
And you got a kid, bro.
Yeah. Hey, what are we doing?
Yeah, this is the first time he's ever slept good.
Yeah.
You got a kid, but
Well, he gets out after whatever, 180 days. Commit suicide.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm. Dude, if you missed it that bad, just commit a crime and get back in there.
Oh, wait, because he hated being in the real world.
No, I don't know. Clearly, he had some.
He had problems.
Oh, yeah. Well, even the producer, like, no, the trial's over, dude. You succeeded. You did it. He's like, I'm just going to stay a little longer.
Committed
man.
suicide.
Commit suicide.
Yeah, that's a guy who didn't. He
But you would like 6 days in, because there are guys that, like, they're in gangs and stuff
Oh,
before.
well, here you go. He was charged with rape.
Oh.
Rape and assault. Okay. Dies by suicide after being charged with rape and assault.
Yep, that's him right there.
Okay.
And was it before he went in? He was charged.
No.
No, days before he left.
You can't book him on a fucking reality show if you're raping people, man.
Well,
Yeah, you can't.
This is
days
after the
before
fact.
he left prison, so he gets out to that.
Did he rape somebody in jail?
I don't think that's gonna do it. But he, the show. If you like survival and stuff, you would like this, because there are guys that when they grew up in like a gang, and again, their fathers or friends all went through the prison jail system. So they have one guy who was like a leader of a gang. He was like a shot caller. He got out of the gang, but he goes in prison. He still has all the prison tattoos, and he gets back in that lifestyle. They have to take him aside and like, dude, bro, this isn't real. Because he starts running shit. Some guy stole from him. He beats him up. Then he has guys working for him. He took the prison over. He took like the Mexican cartel over. And started running shit, and they're like, we gotta get you out of here, man.
Jesus.
And he's like, nah, I'm good, dude. And like got way too into it.
Yikes.
One guy, because he played college football, he was like super arrogant. He's like, this be easy. 3 days in, getting his ass whooped.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I want out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
One girl goes in, she has a husband. Next thing you know, she has a girlfriend. It's fun. But the show became so popular that now
Yeah.
the jig is up.
Yeah.
Like, they go in and people go, oh, 60 days in, plant. Like, they'll call it out now.
Really?
So they got to mix it up. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing now. They got to mix it up. You've been seeing all the drama going on with Jake Paul and Conor?
No.
And Jake Paul had his press conference with Rahman Jr.'s, was it Hasim Rahman, who beat
Yeah.
Lennox Lewis, right?
Yeah.
World champion. So his son is fighting Jake Paul now.
Oh.
So Jake Paul, you don't know this narrative. So
No, I love
Jake
this.
Paul was supposed to fight Tommy Fury, right?
Yes.
And it got canceled and pushed twice.
Why?
So Tommy Fury goes, my family can't come with me. I can't get a visa, blah, blah, blah. His dad, who's, chatty Cathy, comes down and goes, he was in shape, wasn't ready. We told him he could do it if he wants, but he's not in shape. So Jake's like, what the fuck, man? So then Jake goes, all right, I still have the venue booked, Madison Square Garden, which I think is August 6th. So I need a new opponent. So he decides to take on Hasim Rahman Jr.,
Now
who has already
is he
100.
good?
Yes, he's very good.
Oh,
He has hold on, dude. He has 100 amateur fights, over 100 amateur fights, and he's
shit.
12-1 as a pro.
Oh, shit.
And they've sparred together before, and apparently Rahman Jr. goes, I was told not to go hard on you. I used one hand. He goes, I know that was years ago. And in the press conference, you would expect Jake to light him up. But I would say Rahman Jr. kind of won this thing because he was like, hey, I just got a question for you. Have you learned how to box? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
it's not a smart fight for Jake.
No, it's not. But I respect
Jake's brother and manager was like, do not take this fight.
Yeah.
But he's like, I got to fight.
Well, Jake really wants to be a boxer, but I mean, you got to respect the kid because that guy's going to hurt him if he's not careful. That's a real boxer. How many fights? I mean,
over 100 amateur.
Jesus
12-1 as a pro. He lost his last fight.
Is he a pretty big guy too?
Fights at heavyweight, but this fight's at cruiserweight.
Well, that's.
How about the balls on Jake? Though? The cojones on Jake is nuts.
He's got huge balls.
But also,
I don't like anybody criticizing this kid.
Have you ever heard of Hasim Jr. before? Never.
No.
So
it doesn't matter. He's a monster. I promise.
It does matter though, because you're fighting a guy, Tommy Fury, a much bigger name, coming off the reality show in England.
Yeah.
His brother's the most famous boxer on the planet.
Yeah.
So there's a reason to buy the pay-per-view there. Now, short notice, find an unknown guy, to be honest. Way tougher fight.
Oh my God.
You know what Hasim Jr. would do to fucking Tommy Fury?
Nightmare. Can you bring up some stuff? Can I watch Hasim Jr. like sparring or moving around?
Yeah, but we can't play it on
play it.
here.
It's gonna suck,
We've been getting
yeah.
flagged a lot.
You can't-
man.
Yeah, we being flat. They're on all. We don't need to. Do it on your own time.
Yeah.
The guy can box.
Yeah.
What about the press conference? Do you have any interest in seeing that? There was a little 4-minute like highlight.
We're allowed
clip
to.
of-
It's on YouTube, so I'm kind of worried.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But dude, I mean, that's not. I would not let Jake do that for his own good. Jake has a lot of belief in himself. He's a badass. He's way too brave for his own good. I respect all.
My thing is, but I want to protect. But if he beats this guy, then do you give him credit? Is he a boxer now?
I get a tattoo of Jake Paul on my ass if he beats him. And I become the biggest Jake Paul fan. I go to every one of his fights. I pay all the money just to get in anywhere close to the front so I can say, I love you, Jake.
Because the knock on him is like, oh, he only beats up MMA guys. Never fought a real boxer.
I hate when they knock on him anyway. He's a badass.
But he had a good point. He goes, look at Canelo, look at Floyd Mayweather, look at Tyson Fury, look at Deontay Wilder. Look who they're fighting in their 6th fight, and look who I'm fighting.
Dude.
It's not even comparable.
Those guys are no joke.
His first 5 fights are tougher opponents than any of those guys I mentioned's first 5 fights.
Correct.
But, it's just he comes from that YouTube world, and he'll be looked at as a YouTuber for who knows how, it's tough to beat that.
But he is
shadow.
He gets better. He trains in earnest. He trains with good guys. I mean, boxing's really hard.
But I think one of the reasons, because I thought he was going to light Rahman Jr. up, like destroy him, but he didn't exactly do that. I think he's distracted because if you've seen what's going on with him and Conor, because he's trying to get a fight with Conor, and Conor just tweeted out something. Can you bring up Conor's tweet, Chin? Conor tweeted out something like he doesn't take him serious. He's like, it's not happening. You're a toy, dude. What are you talking about? The problem is Conor's not from that cut of cloth that these young kids are, like Jake Paul, Logan Paul. Remember, Jake Paul started off as a YouTuber, so when you give them an inch on anything, like you look at Jake Paul and Dana White. Dana White did a video directed towards Jake Paul. Jake Paul goes, oh, you want to make videos? Well, I have my master's degree in making sizzle videos. Check this out. I have a crew around me at all times. They can edit and put this thing up in fucking 5 minutes. It's going to destroy any content you can put out. So Conor puts out, do you have it here?
I'm sending it to you right now on his Instagram. Go to your email. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you watch it there.
Now we'll be able to watch Jake Paul's
because it's from
video.
Yeah,
but let's watch what started with Conor, because again, they're playing a different game. So Jake will win. I don't care who you are. Maybe another YouTuber can hang with him. When it comes to Conor, Dana, whoever it is, nobody's going to beat Jake at what Jake does as far as marketing and creating a narrative on YouTube and social media. He's the best there is. The best. That's all. That's how he got his fame and his money. So when you step into that pool, you better be ready to go.
When he says you're a nobody?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
we
a
had that
flop
up.
kid. You're a nobody. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Because Jake Paul said, so he says that Jake Paul, because Jake Paul was saying, hey, there's going to be a fight between me and Conor, and now you can just play Jake. So basically all he says is you're nobody, it's not happening.
Yeah.
And then this is Jake Paul's rebuttal.
Conor McGregor just tweeted at me because of this interview.
He has to get active again. You know, who knows when that's going to happen.
These are his tweets, and here's my response. Conor. You're more active on Twitter than you are in the octagon. Stop taking Trenbolone and start taking fights. You're more actively cheating on your wife than you are in the octagon. Your priorities are mixed up. Put down the bottle and get back to fighting. You haven't won a fight in 5 fucking years, and the last time you did was against Cowboy Cerrone, who hasn't won a fight against anyone since fighting you. I'm a nobody, you say in this tweet. Well, yeah, you're right. I'm just a fucking kid from Ohio. I really am a nobody, but this is where you fought your 6th fight.
There's literally 2 people in the crowd.
And this is where I'm going to be fighting my 6th fight. Madison Square Garden, the mecca of boxing. August 6th. I know you'll be watching, kiddo. Here's another fun fact. In your 18th fight, you made $150,000. In my 5th fight, I made $15 million. You want to talk about pay-per-view buys? Nate Robinson, $1.8 million. Ben Askren, $500,000. Tyrone Woodley 1, $500,000. Tyrone Woodley 2. No one even wanted to see that fight. And we got 200,000 pay-per-view buys. In the last 5 years, you've had 0 pay-per-view buys because you don't fucking fight. You have a lot to say about me, but I'm sharing millions of dollars with underpaid fighters while you're sharing hookers with Dana White. Oops, I'm sorry, Conor. I know your PR team is trying to hide that video. You shouldn't have fucked with me, Conor. This is my game. There's a new king in town. I'm running shit now. What's up, Conor? What's up? Last year, when I won Knockout of the Year, you were just getting knocked out. Fix your calcium deficiency, stop breaking your bones, and let's get in the fucking ring and make $200 million. Conor, no matter how you slice it, we're just not on the same level. I'm my own boss. Yeah, you made $100 million when you fought Floyd, but Dana took half of it. So no matter what you do or what you make, cut that shit in half. We went net worth for net worth. I would shit on you, Conor. Put the bottle down, get off of Twitter, get back in the ring, and shut the fuck up. I'm gonna put you back on a leash. Fuck you, Conor. Conor McGregor just...
You see what I'm saying? But these kids have no... There's like... everything's off limits.
I hate all that.
I hate it too.
Like, the reason I hate it all is because Conor has nothing to prove to anybody. That motherfucker did it and brought and did everything and fought all comers.
Well, that's why he's calling them out, though.
I know.
But Jake is doing it to get on their skin so that it creates the hype. But as far as like Conor just sent a tweet, and then I'm telling you, you give these young kids a fucking inch. These content creators, where he comes from, like Dana did that shitty like dad FaceTime video talking shit to Jake. Jake's at a party in Costa Rica, drinking, just won his fight. He's hanging out, and someone goes, "Hey, see what Dana does?" He watches it, goes, "Get the crew together." Rips a fucking hot video about Dana being on cocaine and all this crazy shit and fighter pay. They edit it. They put in graphics. It's up 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
So you're just not. And there's
you're dealing with a machine. Somebody's.
It's all they do.
Forever.
Yes.
It's like getting in the ring with a black belt when you've never done any fucking, like
jiu-jitsu.
I don't even like being that mean. I like personally.
But that's my thing with them. There's like the rules of the game. Oof. These young kids, there is no.
You're trying to fuck with somebody's home.
They're savages.
Marriage.
Yeah, like to go after somebody's wife and all that stuff. Of that. But literally, it's like gloves are off with this kid. So, if you're gonna go at him.
For me, I just go, oof, dude. That's like There's no. There's. I just don't like it. I don't like doing that to anybody.
But what's interesting about this, and everyone knows I love Jake Paul. I'm also a huge Conor fan. What's interesting about this is, it's interesting that Jake's kind of angle on this is to talk about pay-per-view buys when Conor's bona fide, the number one pay-per-view draw of all time in the UFC in combat sports, is involved in the biggest pay-per-view of all time with him versus Floyd. So it's like if he goes, I had 200,000 buys on this, I had, 100,000 buys, and Conor's going, dude, I'll get 200,000 buys if I played chess.
Yeah.
Like, it's a weird, like analytically, like financially, in every numerical comparison you want to make between Jake and Conor, I know he says I have more money. He doesn't have more money than Conor. He doesn't. So as far as fighting goes, money goes, you're not going to beat Conor, dude. No. He's the one guy he can't flex his money on.
He won't beat Conor in a fight.
I don't know. I'm not even talking about that. It's bigger. So far. I'm not even talking about that. Yeah. I don't want to break that down. Yeah. What I do think is going to happen though is, it's just Dana, and Dana's piped down. Like, you're not going to beat him at the video social media sizzle game.
Does Jake want to box Conor or MMA him?
Box. Don't say MMA him though either though. No,
I will.
You sound like you're 90.
I will.
Does he want to MMA him?
Well, that's.
Are they going to MMA each other?
That's my new term. I come up with my own fucking terminology. Don't shit on my
getting older, huh? Getting older.
No, I'm not.
Do you think
that's hip and young.
Do you think it's going to be a boxing thing, or is he going to MMA him?
That's street talk.
MMA him though?
Yeah. That's street talk. That's my new thing now. Are you going to MMA him or are you going to box him?
But B, tell me this. So if you want to critique, you don't like that. Did you like when Conor threw the dolly at
I didn't
Khabib?
because he got glass in Michael Chies's eyes. I don't like that shit.
Yeah, but say
I do
nobody got hurt. Nobody actually got hurt.
Here's what I liked about that. There's a difference.
Oh, you like that?
Here's what I like about it. Khabib slapped Artem. Artem calls Conor. Conor goes, this is going to be great hype for a fight. He gets all his boys. They get on a G7. They go to fucking Vegas and they
Madison Square.
They pretend to fight. Like he does a whole theatrical thing, throws the thing.
See, this is why I think you're off.
I don't think he meant to break the window.
This is why I think
he
you're
meant
off.
to create a spectacle.
I think this is where you're off. Because Conor, I think the difference between him and Jake is, and why, it's not that I'm okay with it. I don't like those crazy antics that he does outside the octagon. But to me, this is more personal. You're talking about a world-class fighter in Khabib, world-class fighter in Conor,
Yes.
and it was personal.
Yeah.
Conor wasn't like, hey, get the camera crew together, edit this thing together,
I think he
and
was.
blast it out. He wasn't. He wasn't at all.
I think that was a smart publicity stunt, though.
On
part of
the
media.
the UFC ran with it.
Yeah.
But notice, no one from Conor's team blasted that out. I don't think Conor
because
went.
it went bad. I think because it.
It didn't go bad.
I think
built the fuck out.
Yes, but I think that with the glass in the eye, somebody couldn't fight as a result. It became a thing where it was like, oh fuck. I think it got out of hand. But if he hadn't broken the glass, I think part of that was all a calculated thing to raise. He was always trying to raise, to create.
I don't think you need it. See, I think that's where Jake
And he's not a good-
but that's where Jake and Conor is different.
Yeah.
I think Conor, it was personal, and he wasn't like, oh, let's do this to get clicks. He's too famous.
So here's the
I think
thing
Conor, it was personal, and he
Yeah.
went there literally to fuck him up. That was his. Conor is a fighter's fighter. It was literally to go there and cause havoc.
Here's my thing.
He didn't do it to sell tickets. That's the difference.
Here's my thing also about
They're
Jake,
also playing different games.
So Jake is going after Conor, and he's making it personal. Don't forget, Conor makes shit really personal. He told Dustin Poirier that his wife was slipping into his DMs. He kept saying stuff about his wife. He was really bad about Khabib's
Khabib,
father.
Muslims,
yeah, and
father.
his father, his family. So Conor's getting a taste of his own medicine. And if you're going to call Jake
Because Khabib's not going to do that. and
No.
Jose Aldo's not going to do that. Dustin's not going to do that.
Jake is giving Conor a taste of his own medicine. And personally, I don't like any of that. I love trash talk. I just don't like when
I don't like when he gets personal.
personal and insulting, like really bad, like stuff that personally, I think I just don't like that shit. I think it's classless. I don't.
But yeah,
Makes me feel bad.
And we're old heads. But the younger
old.
generation is
I don't
all
like
about the younger generation. And I think it's a problem. Like the Fight Club rules don't exist anymore. Like the inside baseball rules, where there's rules to the fight game and to baseball that are unspoken. You don't go after people's family, wives, girlfriends.
Yeah.
Even if a guy has side pieces,
and that's right.
We don't talk about that.
And that's right.
That's how it should be.
It's called decency.
There has to be some rules.
Exactly. And so
But these kids lost the rules because they're getting clicks.
Yeah, the younger generation is wrong about that.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, they're wrong about it. And that's where maybe older people come in and go, this is wrong. I know it's shiny and you're going to swallow it, but there's a hook on that. And
But Showtime's not doing that. Showtime, even Showtime commented on his thing and was like,
I know. Everybody jumps in.
They know they're getting clicks. They know it's going to equal pay-per-views or, it's going to add to their investment.
Just so we know that when you do things for money and only money, there's a word for that. It's called being a whore.
Mm-hmm.
So people have people always have this thing about hookers and she's a prostitute. You're a prostitute too, bro. If you've done a job just for money, and I have, you're a whore. I've been a whore.
And you can
too.
feel it. You're selling your soul.
I've been a whore.
When you're
just
doing
as
a gig
bad.
for money, like, fuck, dude, what am I doing?
That's why
it's never worth it.
Never.
Ever.
Never. You marry somebody for money. You marry for your friends. With
you're
somebody,
paying for it.
You're friends with somebody for influence.
You're paying for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all lies. You're a whore.
But I to go back to the main point, I do think that's why Jake was a little off in that press conference, because his focus was on Conor. He did that hot promo on Conor. He gets there, and I didn't think he thought Hasim Jr. was going to go hard in the paint and was ready to go. So he's like, oh, fuck. He's just, am I wrong, Mark? I felt like he was a little off.
There was a few points that Hasim brought up that Jake didn't really seem to have a response
Like what?
for. So
I didn't see the whole thing.
Yeah, the main points I would say that he kept hammering were, your team told you to go that I couldn't do southpaw. I could only box with one. He kept saying, I could only fight you with one arm. I could only fight you with one hand. Right? They wouldn't let me go southpaw. and you were running from me in the ring. When I backed you up in the corner, you were running from me. And there was just a few moments where Jake kind of was like, okay, we'll see. Yeah, I'll put out the footage. And then Hasim was like, put out the footage. Put it out. Like, he didn't seem scared of putting out the footage. Now, normally Jake has a response for every single thing. So
he's usually
in
calculated.
my mind, it almost, but it's funny because now I'm like, that makes me want to see the fight more. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, like, so it's almost like a reverse psychology method of building the fight where it's like, if you don't respond to everything and don't correct him or whatever, like, it's almost like you're building up like, ooh, maybe he does something, have something on him.
I think Hasim...
I don't think Jake is scared. I don't think he's scared at all.
No, he wouldn't have took the fight if he was scared. But
you do wonder what happened.
See, but I think this actually does, if they keep marketing like this, I think it does good on pay-per-view, better than his last fight.
Yeah.
Because the haters of Jake Paul are going to tune in to see him lose. Because this is by far his toughest matchup. Oh my God. So it's kind of the Floyd Mayweather effect. Like, Floyd was like, listen, I don't care if you hate or love me, as long as you buy the pay-per-view, that's all you give a fuck about. Yeah. I don't want to be in the middle.
Right.
Same with comics. Any comics who's in the middle, they never sell tickets.
Right. Yeah.
You either hate it, you want hate and love.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the guy in the middle trying not to
hate or love, baby.
Yeah.
That's how you sell tickets.
Talking about
you gotta be undeniable.
Yeah.
I wonder if too, because
so that's why I think this can do well, because I think people are like, oh fuck, this guy beat up Jake before. I think Jake should acknowledge, like, yeah, dude, it was 3 years ago. I was in a train like I am now. Yeah, you whooped my ass. We'll see what happens August 6th.
Yeah.
And that's the narrative.
And I also
you whooped my ass, but I guarantee you're not going to do it.
It must be exhausting to constantly have to be fighting. It must be exhausting to always be in conflict.
Yeah.
For me,
Jake
I can't
seemed
do it.
tired. That was the main thing. I was like, he seemed like he was like, kind of like, you could interpret it that way. Like, you're just kind of like, yeah, dude, I'm tired from training.
Like, I don't see how people do it. You know the people that just always live in that toxic, like, and they want conflict all the time?
Yeah.
Like, if we're in conflict, I'm in conflict with somebody else, another personality, whatever, I'm like, oh, this is the worst.
If Jake said that shit about me and I was going to fight him, my feelings would get hurt so bad. I'd be like, I don't know how to talk trash. I'm not good at roasting. I always feel bad.
He's vicious.
No matter what. Even if I see an opening, to roast somebody always makes me feel like I'm hurting their feelings. It
depends what the game is.
It's a personality type thing, though, because I used to think, I don't think Jake is a sociopath, but like, he was initially framed that way in the media to me. Like, when I'm like, oh, because he does, like, he's a
product of his environment.
Value set, and that's fine.
He's a product of his environment.
Yeah, but like I think his inherent personality, there's a level of ruthlessness, especially when it comes to verbal conflict, that he's willing to go to. And I admire that, because I think, like, if you're going to step into that arena, you like, with other people talking trash to you, like, you just want to win at any cost. So like, I admire it in a way, because it is like trolling and talking shit is an art form, and he's really good at it. But like, he transgresses the boundaries of different generations.
I think what I admire about the Paul kids, the Paul brothers, they work there. They are disciplined. They come from that Ohio farm.
Yeah, he backs
farm
it all up.
Boy discipline.
Logan's a savage. I mean, Jake's good, but Logan, as far as business-wise, savage.
Yeah, Jake too, though.
Yeah, so it's like
Jake is too.
Logan is ruthless in a different way, I'm sure, but Jake expresses that in trash talk, which not everyone wants to kind of reveal their own psychology through, because it's like, ooh, once you say certain things, you're like, I know where your mind goes.
Those guys seem very close as brothers. Yeah, they're
very close. Have each other's back. Oh, yeah, big time.
And I think that for Jake for probably a while when he was growing up, might have been in the shadow a little bit of Logan.
His brother was massive. Yeah, still is, but tough.
So for Jake, it's like he's got some shit to prove. He's got that's a chip that you don't lose.
But like, Logan's not going to fight this guy or Tommy Fury to try to be a legit fighter. Like, Logan's going to do the Mike Tyson thing, or the KSI thing. Like, he's just doing it for the fame and the money. He's doing WWE. Jake is legit. His desires to get validation from the fight community. If he knocks Hasim Jr. out in 5 seconds, I still don't think they give it up to him. It's fucking tough, dude.
I believe
they're just not to. Like, when he was calling out Michael Bisping, he came to my show at the Improv. I went, Bubba, you're going the wrong way. You're calling out a legend, dude, and he has one eye and he's retired.
He's got one leg and one eye.
Well, I told him, well, really one eye. And I said, he has one eye. And I said, and he's retired, dude. You're not going to get the respect of our fan base doing that. I said, you want to get attention and get validation, and you want to stay in the MMA world, call Anderson Silva. Currently fighting, just beat Julio Chavez Jr. Legit, dude, he's one of the GOATs, and he's active. Don't call out the guy with one eye who's in broadcasting. No. You're not going to get our respect.
No.
Because you're picking up. You're being a bully. With Anderson, you're going to get bullied. You know what I'm saying? Like he beat Julio Chavez
Anderson
Jr.
will fight
and
you
beat
right
the
now.
fuck out of.
He'll fight you right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
Now, did you see Jake go on Andrew Schultz and talk about, I thought this was an interesting conversation, whether or not he'd fight his brother. He said something unexpected. He goes, the parents don't want him to do it. There's a history of brothers not facing each other. Like Klitschko brothers, he gave some other examples.
Klitschko promised their mom they'd never fight.
Yeah, but he goes, so he sets that all up because mom says we should never do it.
Dad.
Mom and dad, and this history of, he goes, but we make history. So I'm like, oh, you're right. You could do this, the first ever
Oh,
brothers.
you missed
way
the
to
Brendan
make
Schaub food truck with Logan Paul 3 years ago, where he was getting ready to fight Floyd, and we're talking about that and whatever, all that nonsense. And I go, the money fight is you versus your brother. And he goes, well, now you're asking the right questions. I go, you'd fight your brother? He goes, yeah, for the right thing. He goes, and I think that'd be the ultimate goal. We're both on our own paths to get to each other. And he goes, then it'd be our own promotion, Jake versus Logan. He's like, that's how this ends.
And the final thing,
3
was
years ago.
he goes, I'm okay doing that. He goes, I can
both
accept there was this one little dynamic. He goes, I'm okay with getting knocked out by Logan Paul, but I'm the little brother. He would have a much harder time living the rest of his life and he goes, and this is the more likely scenario, just kind of based on our records. He doesn't want to fight, so he's doing like the subtle like he's like, let's be real.
I think Jake beats Logan. Yeah,
correct.
Really?
But it was an interesting little go. Because he's going to have a hard time.
Jake
If he loses
that
to
mean
me,
streak. Jake has that fighter's mean streak, which to me, when I saw him fight, and I'll be completely honest, always been a fan of him. I'm way closer with his brother Logan. I love Logan. With Jake, I was always kind of, on and off. And then I was in Miami doing shows, and Uriah Hall was in the hotel. And it was right when Jake was about to fight Ben Askren. And Uriah and I are talking about it. I go, dude, but you think about Ben, he's been in the world champions, didn't get knocked out. And Uriah goes, stop, dude. He goes, I'm not a huge Jake Paul fan. Have you seen him spar? I go, no, I haven't seen it. He goes, look at this. He had some footage, whatever. He goes, look at his movement. He showed it to me. I was like, oh, that's Jake. He goes, yes.
He can move.
Oh,
he's an athlete.
He cracks.
He's an athlete. Wouldn't you say both brothers are athletes?
100%. Yeah. Yeah, but when you're at, he's like, I'm telling you, and listen, I want fucking Ben Askren to win too, because he's alumni with us. And I go, yeah, that's why I ride for Ben. He goes, it ain't happening, man. He goes, I'm telling you, see this kid? I'm telling you, his time. He goes, what's alarming is his timing. For only fighting this long, his timing is boom, knocking dudes out, sparring partners out.
It's hard.
And he showed me that tape. I'm like, oh shit.
He's also sparring real dudes in the gym.
Yeah.
He's a big, strong kid, man.
I think it's interesting though, and boxing has never been bigger. You know that? Fastest growth they've had. A lot of that you got to give up to Jake Paul. Who else would you give it to?
I agree.
Who else? Earl Spence?
I agree.
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford?
He's the only one I'm tuning in for.
Jake Paul might be making everybody richer in the fight game.
Oh yeah, he's changing the fight game.
So
well, there's a reason why Nate and Conor and all these guys are up for it.
Yeah.
There's a reason. There's a reason for all that. But I just find it interesting too that Jake, if you're going to talk about pay-per-view buys and money, the one guy you can't put in a corner and pick on for money and pay-per-view buys is Conor. You can't flex your money on Conor McGregor.
Remember he said 1.8 million at the start, and I was looking that up. I'm like, oh wait, that was Tyson Roy Jones Jr. headlining that though.
Yes.
You can't really say you did the 1.8.
No.
Part of it, but
Connor's the biggest pay-per-view draw in combat sports
as a headliner. Yeah.
Yes.
wow.
So
Of all time, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Wow. Wow.
You talk about his whiskey and Floyd, and they didn't take 50%, but then
whiskey's like, I think they sold for $1 billion or more.
Well, it was reported he made $400 million. I know Connor's team pretty well. Made more than that. So you don't want to play that game with, when it comes to money, it's just, you're talking about a different animal.
Yes.
So you don't want to compare pay-per-view numbers and financial numbers with, Connor's not the guy to do it with.
No.
It's just a weird game.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to personal shit and doing these, ripping these videos, it's Dana, and Dana piped down. Because when Jake was like,
can't
cool,
keep up with that
Jake
shit.
was like, bro, I have all the money. I'll fight for free as long as you give fighters health insurance and pay them correctly. I'll fight whoever you want. And Dana was like, I'm good.
Yeah, I think there's a lot I like about Jake Paul. A lot.
You should.
Almost all of what I like.
Because whether or not you...
I'm uneasy with his talk. I'm uneasy when he's mean like that.
I think it's because we're older.
It makes me uneasy.
Jay hates it too.
I just don't like
Jay goes,
it.
I don't like the trolling.
No,
it's not...
But I like him. I think he's a special dude. And I think his brother's great too. I think these are young men that are growing up and becoming men. And Jake Paul is like, I want to do something that everybody says is impossible. It's fucking really scary and really hard to get good at boxing. Let me tell you, when you have to go spar every day and you're going to get your fucking head kicked in, every single day you have butterflies. Every day your days.
Especially a guy that doesn't need to do it. It's the same with like Paige Van Zandt.
It's incredible.
Her OnlyFans, she said, Bubba.
Yeah.
She has all the movie offers in the world.
Still doing
She
it.
said she's fighting fucking, was it August? I'm doing a fucking May. August 20th, I think, or 19th.
I respect it.
She has no reason to do it, but they just love the fight. Jake could film himself playing checkers and make money.
Yep.
They don't need to do this. He could keep making YouTube.
I think people dislike people like that because they set an example of what courage is and how they just I love that expression that nobody's proud of you. They're just surprised you keep making shit happen. Right? Isn't that what I said to you, Bubba?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good quote.
It's true.
It is.
And she just keeps moving forward. Okay, yeah, I know she might lose. I know this. You can say whatever you want. She keeps doing it.
Yeah, you have to respect that someone's willing to risk the embarrassment when they don't need to. If it's a young fighter, it doesn't have anything, came from the gutters, and that's the way they're going to make it. There's no other choice. I get it. When someone has all the money and choices and doesn't need to do it, he goes, no, I'm still going to dedicate however many weeks to this training camp and do this.
Man. Hustle. I respect hustle. I respect like when you see somebody who stays strong and you can see their ribs. Like, I respect the fuck out of that. It's ballsy to do that. It's ballsy to do what Jake does.
And B, I know you're not paying attention to it, but obviously I have to in my world. But Dana White's getting shit right now because he gave the Nelk Boys, I don't know if people know this, but the Nelk Boys are in cahoots with the UFC, right? Nelk Boys are huge YouTubers. The UFC went, how can we stay young and get the young demo? Nelk Boys, here's however much money they gave them. Come to the UFC events, create UFC content, be best buddies with Dana, go on the shows, all that shit. They also do the same with Barstool, right? So whoever's doing this, smart play. How can we keep Dana relevant, right? He's the most famous guy in the UFC. Keep him relevant, link him up with these young YouTubers, get that young fan base over to the UFC. So they're doing the right moves. It's a little weird, but you can see it from a mile away. So the Nelk Boys, who we have the same business measure. If I told you the numbers of the money they make just off the merch, you'd fucking want to start.
Hurt my feelings.
Hurt everybody's feelings.
Yeah.
For his, I think, birthday or whatever, he gives him $250,000 cash. Now, I don't have a problem with it. Dana created the UFC, turned it into a $2 billion company, makes all the money in the world, right?
He gave the Nelk Boys to
the Nelk Boys, who have all the money already. So he gave him $250,000 cash. Every fighter got on there and was like, bro, I made $50,000 for fight of the night. You're
like
giving
Jared
the Nelk
Cannonier who's broke.
You're giving the Nelk Boys, who are already financially set, $250,000 as a gift, cash. So basically $500,000 cash after taxes, $250,000. So the fighters all upset about it. And remember Dana used to post him gambling, and he'd put whatever $100 on a hand on $100,000 on blackjack after the fights. Be like, dude, you're betting $100,000 a hand. You're giving $50,000 to fight of the night. Yeah. These guys lost brain cells, and you're playing with $100,000. If I'm Dana, I go, start your own league.
Yeah,
I took all the risk. I came up with all the ideas. Turned a $2 billion company, sleepless nights, had all the brains behind it. Go fight for somebody else.
Yep.
But it's like 100% that he should pay guys more. And notice I stopped talking about fighter pay because I don't know their overhead. I don't know the ins and outs of a daily operating system.
I've always said I don't know how to run that. I don't know.
I don't know exactly. So you notice I don't talk about it.
Yep.
Clearly they can be paid more. They're going to pay whatever, 17%. Clearly they can be paid more. So the backlash for Dana when he gifts another mega millionaire $250,000 is triggering to the fighters like
I get it.
Aljo, Peter Yan, TJ Dillashaw. Like these guys, like, dude,
that's fair. I'd be pissed too.
I don't know. It kind of yes and no. If I'm Dana, I'm like, well, you guys are upset about what? Start your own league.
Yeah.
You think this was all fun and games for me?
Sure.
To turn a $2 billion company? You know the amount of shit I've had to do for the past, since fucking 2004?
20 years almost?
Yeah.
A lot of work. No, I know. It's I see both sides. Mm-hmm. You're allowed to do whatever you want with your money. The UFC is growing or not?
Internationally there. I'd say in the States, not so much.
Yeah.
Internationally.
And that'll come out. So
but they just had their biggest year ever.
They'll have to, they'll whatever they're doing, they're going to have to figure out. There's always a challenge. It's a constant, it's a verb. It's always changing. You're always adjusting. You're always trying to make differences. That's how it is. So, fuck, I'm going to be in Milwaukee, guys. July 21, 22, 23. I just wanted to say that out loud, and then I'll be in Austin the following weekend with a special guest. It doesn't matter.
Now listen.
Why?
Fort Wayne, I said, hey, if this doesn't sell well, Daddy's probably not
I
coming
heard
back.
you sold some crazy amount of tickets.
We're almost sold out on every show. They're talking about adding shows in
That's
Fort
a
Wayne,
big
Indiana
deal.
in the summer, Daddy. Shout out to Fort Wayne, Indiana. My boys that run Spokane Comedy Club, Brickstown Comedy Club.
They're the best in the business.
They've always told,
best.
they've never stirred me wrong. They go, you got to come to Fort Wayne in July. I'm like, dude, the summer inflation is going to be a nightmare. And I have to take 17 different planes to get
17
there.
planes. Yep.
They sent me the ticket sales yesterday. I went, oh, we have 50 tickets left to sell.
We going to sit-
We sell 50. We sold 1,500 tickets in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
I need to sell
during
some
inflation.
tickets. I need to sell tickets.
So Fort Wayne, you goddamn savages. Not only am I coming back, I'm always coming back. Always. And then next week, I'm in San Diego, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's the Laugh Factory San Diego with a very special guest. That's Laugh Factory, heart of San Diego, downtown Laugh Factory. Get you some. I filmed the Patty Pimlet food truck there. And then I also feature a Delia there. That club is ridiculous. It's such a fucking good room.
I got to call Enrique.
But so this week, 50 tickets left for all shows in Fort Wayne, Indiana, at the Summit Comedy Club out there in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And then next week is San Diego Laugh Factory. Tickets at thickboy.com.
I gotta do San Diego.
And this new merch drops as well, I think in a week or two.
Donuts!
We got this in the long white tee, and then we got tanks, and we got a new trucker hat coming out.
Ooh, Sammy the Bull Best Of drops tomorrow. Best Of with Brian Callen on YouTube.
Sammy the Bull,
I'm
one of the guys.
psyched. I'm pumped about those episodes. We got episode 1, and then it's to be continued. Episode 2 will be the following week.
So it drops on Thursday?
On Thursday, tomorrow. We're dropping it.
What time you get dropping, you know?
I will drop
You guys
it.
always release same day, same time?
Try to do it every day, same day, same time.
You have to. Yeah, have to.
Like noon on Thursday. What do you think is a good time to drop?
If you have it, I'd rather you drop it early in the week, because people consume that stuff at work and during the week. So drop it on Thursday. It's gonna die off on Friday afternoon.
Texting
People
with
don't-
Rogan today about fucking shooting pigs in Austin. Now Joe's only going to be I got to find. He hasn't killed any pigs in Austin. I want to kill some pigs in the Austin area. If anybody knows for my show,
Just talk to Tim Kennedy.
I will, but Tim's not in the country. Tim might be somewhere.
Hey, your
else.
freedom, welcome.
That's what I'm saying. So I'll text him. Don't know if he's going to get back.
Tim
to
will
me.
get back to me. It depends. If he's in the States, he gets back like this.
Yeah.
And then
Sometimes-
if it's 2 weeks, I went, oh, Daddy's.
Yeah.
You know what he's doing?
Didn't you text him
He's
one
taking care
time
of
and you
business.
just got a picture of the American flag on his uniform somewhere with desert in the background?
No. He was in a Black Hawk helicopter in full gear.
Okay.
And I went, say less. Text me when you're back. Be safe.
I would love to be able to do that. Just text, hey,
Can't talk.
Want to have dinner this weekend? Just fucking picture goggles, fucking
No, I would do a video. Nope.
No, not even that. You just go like this. Just shake your head.
He's so goddamn American. His we brought it up last time, but his tweet about, or his tweet or Instagram post on Brittney Griner, he was like, this person has talked shit about America and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, and even with that, I still want to go out and save her and get her back to America. Then LeBron's dumbass on his HBO show goes, if I'm Brittney Griner, I wouldn't want to come back to America the way they're treating her. I wouldn't come back to this country.
Who said this? Who said
LeBron.
this?
I can't. Before all the COVID, the lockdown stuff, and all that, and the protests. Before all this stuff and this stuff about not coming back to America, you're talking. Me and my brother would fight about LeBron James. Would fight. He's my favorite. He was my favorite. I can't stand this dude now.
Really?
Can't stand him.
Really?
I threw away all my LeBrons. I have the first LeBrons that are worth threw them. I don't fuck with him. When that cop, when he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, they put out "Your Time's Coming" and released his address and put a clock, like a tick, like to go after this cop who defended a black woman, saved a black woman's life, and had to shoot remember that? Remember the
Yes.
one black woman was trying to stab the other one?
Yes.
Cop gets her, goes, put down the knife. She's trying to kill the other black woman.
Yep.
He shoots her.
Yep.
And LeBron tweets out, enough's enough, his address, and then a time emoji, like, we're coming for you. I went, oh, I'm out. I'm out, dude.
Wow.
I'm out. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
He should
redacted
be-
that and was
yeah.
like, oh, I didn't get enough
Look
info.
at the details, fuckface.
The power that you have to tweet that out. Are you out of your fucking mind?
Dangerous.
It's already dangerous for cops.
Yeah.
Dude, that cop had to.
It's inciting violence. You could have had that cop killed, who was saving a black life.
But then remember that cop, which was hilarious, put out that video. You remember? He pretended to talk to LeBron.
Yes, he got like suspended.
Yeah, I think he got fired. It was hilarious at the time. Remember that?
Yes.
And he ended it with, MJ's better. He goes, what? Nothing. Have a good day. Click. So my comment on the shop regarding Brittney Griner. So this is him because he got so much backlash.
She's probably feeling emotional along with so many other emotions. You know, it's when you're him and you say one thing, people freak. Don't give him a pass.
Fuck no, dude. Because if you have a history of doing this, one time,
Yeah.
people can make.
You're not being
trust me,
careful.
I'm very forgiving. You know this.
Yes.
People can make mistakes. I'm all good, dude.
Yeah.
When you have LeBron James' platform and you put out a hit on a cop, right? Mistake number one. And the rest of the bullshit you're spewing out, pretend to carry books, to pretend to be educated and read that you know anything about what the fuck you're talking about. And the reporter goes, you've brought that book to like 7 different games. The bookmark's still on the second page.
We asked him about it.
Or he goes,
It's like, what's your favorite part?
I love reporters sometimes. Reporters are fucking awesome.
Or how about the reporter goes, oh, what are you reading? He goes, oh, it's the biography of Malcolm X. He goes, what's your favorite thing about Malcolm X? This is how you know he didn't read. And he goes, all of it.
It was the most.
That was me in ninth grade.
That's ninth grade.
That was me.
That's what
So
I
many
like about
boys.
it.
That was when they asked me about my favorite thing about Boo Radley. I'd be like, all of it. The teacher would go.
Did he kill mockingbirds? I like that he killed mockingbirds.
The teacher would go. Teacher just goes, oh, you clearly didn't read any of it, but you thought you were passing one off.
That was me all day.
I'd go, oh, man, where do I start? What's your favorite?
Yeah. Who is he?
That's
fooling?
one time somebody goes, we were like, they were asking us about politics. You weren't following politics back then.
Mm-hmm.
Guy goes, well, who would you vote for? And you go, it's tough.
Yeah.
I was like, not the good
No,
choice.
people can smell a mile away. That's LeBron. Like, if you're going to be about it, educate yourself and be about it and stand up for yourself, but be educated on it.
Yeah.
But when you're buying into social media and you think this is what people want you to stick up for, but you don't know, you're actually hurting the cause.
Of course.
You're actually showing why America, listen, a lot of other cultures and places look up to their celebrities and athletes as, they get their opinions and advice from them. America really doesn't.
No.
We don't.
No.
I don't give a fuck what Brad Pitt wants to vote.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care what he is. I'm not looking for guidance on him when it comes to politics and inflation.
Of course you're not.
What?
Yeah.
Not your expertise.
No, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah. Who was it who said, Jeff Thide, I thought it was so funny, he posted, he goes, why are all the guys high on NFTs and fucking crypto? Why do they all have 3 roommates or still own skateboards in their 40s? Or whatever. It's fucking so true. It's like, everybody who I know has made a lot of money, that when I talk about crypto, they go, I play around a little bit sometimes. We'll see. I'm not a fan.
I think cut in half.
I'm watching.
Yeah.
Cut in half.
Oh, yeah.
You'd
What's
smell that.
Bitcoin at right now? Let me see what Bitcoin is.
19K,
19K. Was it 50?
60. It was
Was
up
it
to 60.
60?
Yeah.
And it's
I
at
can look it
19K now?
Look
And
at my
that's
port-
Bitcoin.
You just gotta look at
All
my
the other
portfolio.
When we talk about
coins.
like crypto and all that, like you got to realize the government, especially when China was like, "This ain't happening,"
Yeah.
and the government's like, "Hold on, you guys want to do this free market with the government? You want to fight the
Well,
government?"
like this one guy said, they're one regulation away from having it just completely go away. Now, I don't know because they're the.
I like the
dark web is
idea and the
already doing it,
concept.
yeah.
I just know that the government, we said this was same with Bull, always wins.
Always wins.
They're way smarter than us.
Always
They're
wins.
not going to let you come up with this new form of currency and transaction and not have their beaks get wet.
You're gonna
because they have the biggest
wet
beaks.
their beaks. They're pelicans.
And when I say wet their
pelicans.
beaks, that means they're going to eat all of it and control it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you're going to invest all your money
Well,
in
careful.
finances?
Yeah, you're not going to replace the dollar.
Well, never.
Yeah.
Because all the big boys here that run America,
Yeah.
all the big boys go,
Yeah.
69K was the high, down to 19.
Wow.
Pretty crazy.
Well, if you're in crypto like Bitcoin, it's a long play, right? 10 years, but
yeah. Now, if you bought it when you started, I mean, I remember the craze
rich.
when it was up to 1,700
No, you're
in
very
like
rich.
2014.
well, remember when I first started, that guy paid for 2 cheese pizzas. He gave
Yeah.
like 60 cryptos. And then when it was all-time high, they're like, sir, you paid fucking whatever it
Yeah,
was.
$1 billion.
Like,
Yeah.
basically, yeah, like,
If I kept a tenth of every drug transaction I've made since 2012,
yeah.
I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah.
That's okay, though.
all right, Shane, I got about 15 minutes. Give some current events, dude.
Give us
I got a
some
food truck with the
current
powerful
events.
Michael Chandler.
Ooh.
Flew Michael Chandler
Wow. Is he coming
on a
here?
day notice.
Is he here?
I think his ETA is like 145, 150.
Wow.
The Marvin Vettori one dropped. You know Marvin Vettori at all? Number
don't.
3 middleweight in the world?
No, I know who he is, but I don't know him.
Great guy, man.
Is he?
Yeah, I was worried about his English. Italian.
Awesome.
Stud.
Stud.
I was at the Calabasas like pumpkin night, with my kids last Halloween. And they have food trucks there. There's this food truck that's, you've never seen anything like it. Double decker, lights. Line was fucking 7 miles long. I just took a picture of it. Send it to Casey, who books all the food truck. I go, find out who this is. You've never seen a food truck like this, but let's make sure we save it for a special guest. Casey, a few weeks later, goes, I talked to that pizza food truck that you saw in Calabasas. I go, cool. He goes, tells me how much. I'm like, holy shit, that's how much that is for that truck? He goes, yeah, man, they're big time. So I go, let's save it for a special guest. Reach out to Marvin. Hey, dude, you want to do food truck? He goes, absolutely. I'm in Huntington Beach. I'll drive down there. I don't need travel or anything. If you want to cover my gas, all good. So I'm like, all right, well, this, and he goes, I'm about to start camp because he fights Robert Whittaker in Paris, France.
Wow.
In September.
Wow.
Or maybe August, but September. He goes, I'm about to start camp and I can have one cheat meal. I want good pizza. So I go, dude, we're saving on the travel and all that shit. So we're going to do that pizza truck. Hit him up. Marvin wants good pizza. This pizza truck, it's the biggest, baddest there is. Let's do that. So we got that pizza truck for Marvin. He gets there. The truck's all dope and everything. The name, he goes, dude, that's actually real Italian. He goes, usually Americans fuck it up. They think it's Italian. It's not. And he said the name was beautiful when he says it. So we get there. And I look in there, and you can't tell. These guys were like dark skinned, like olive skin. I know you guys from Italy, huh? And he goes, no, man, Mexican. What? He goes, yeah, me and Jose back there are Mexican. I go, oh, but the owner, I'm sure, is Italian. He goes, nah, Mexican, dude. I'll give it to you. I go, I'm sorry, man.
Is that cultural appropriation?
I looked at Vittorio. I go, I'm so sorry.
How was the pizza?
It was good.
Okay. There you go.
I liked it.
It was good. It was solid.
Yeah. It's hard to impress an Italian. It's like.
Well, I'm not Italian. I was impressed. Yeah.
That's like Louis C.K.
You are a food connoisseur,
Louis
though.
C.K.'s joke.
You
I'm a
eat
little
lot of good
Louis
food.
C.K.'s good. I'm a little racist. I mean, like if I'm looking for pizza, I walk in and 3 black women are making my pizza. I'll be like, okay, all right, now maybe I'll just take another walk down there.
Yeah.
Here you go.
What's this?
South African man dead after downing an entire bottle of Jägermeister in 2 minutes.
Well, why is that guy shooting somebody?
It's just they do that all the time on.
South African man died Tuesday after he allegedly drank an entire bottle of Jägermeister in 2 minutes.
It was a game
as part of a drinking challenge. Now, you guys wouldn't do that, would you?
But why did he die? How did you die from that?
It racked up 9,000 views. I mean, that's not that insane. So hold on, he guzzled entire bottle of Jaeger. That kills you? Alcohol poisoning, I guess?
In that quick of a time, depending
Because your body just can't filter out all the alcohol?
Yeah.
He might have already had a condition. Can I just see 15 killed in shooting after
had been competing
attacks?
against other customers at a liquor
No, don't
store
know that.
in the Mashamba village to down a bottle of liquor to win about $12. That's the real piece of the story there is.
That's
it was
him
in a cup.
chugging?
Imagine doing that for
Yeah.
$12.
That's a bummer.
You couldn't get me to take a shot of Jägermeister
I hate
for
Jaeger.
$12.
And Jaeger's also has so much sugar, too.
It's disgusting. What person actually likes that flavor?
I had a buddy in college, Chad Custworth, loved. He had a Jaeger machine. But
like-
there's so much sugar in Jaeger.
Really?
Oh.
I like it.
Bring up the sugar in Jaeger is nutsos. Yeah,
Now the flavor's like black licorice, right? Is that what it is?
yeah, and I love black licorice. That's the
Do you?
English in me,
And you
but
don't
I
like
don't
Jaeger.
like Jaeger.
Interesting.
I love
I love Jaeger. I don't know why. Yeah.
Don't do drinking games because we always hear about every
Alcohol
year,
and sugar and-
like at
yeah.
France and stuff
so
like that.
6 grams a
It's done.
shot.
It's not terrible, but
If you do enough of them,
sure.
let's say you do 4 shots, 4 times 24 grams of sugar.
It's a lot.
Well, but that's what a lot of times what your hangover is so bad. If you're drinking really sugary drinks mixed with alcohol,
Yep.
it intensifies your hangover.
Yep.
Science. What else you got?
Science, bro.
Facts. College. What's this?
Here's an interesting one. The guys at ESPN mistakenly quoted this during a segment on This Just In. Do you know the show? Mm-hmm. So they attributed a quote to John Morant.
John Morant.
John Morant, yeah. tells you how much I know about basketball. If you put MJ in today's game, he's just another superstar. The fake quote, which was liked over 25,000 times on Twitter, read.
Wait, I'm sorry. So him saying MJ would just be another superstar is a fake quote?
Yes, on Ball Sack Sports. I guess that's the funny part of it. It's like
I'm confused though, Mark. So he didn't say that. So
he didn't say that.
If you put MJ in today's game, he's just another superstar. We got me, Steph, Luka, Dame, Trey, and then guys like LeBron, KD, Giannis, Kawhi. It's not just one superstar and a bunch of average dudes.
Yeah, so that's a fake.
He said that.
He did not say that. That's all made up.
Oh, wow. Why would they make that up?
They didn't. It's just, this must just be a fake, Ball Sack Sports. It's just like a parody, account. But
they just put, he absolutely did not say this in this interview. I can't believe the broadcast that he did. There should be a correct. Yeah, that's not cool.
100%.
And then so they took that.
Do you guys know John Morant?
No.
Bro, so good.
So
the
good.
dunk in the playoffs, stupid.
Really?
Oh my God, dude. He's so fucking talented.
That's him right there with that.
He's not huge, and my God, is he good at
Oh, he's not
that.
that big.
No, my God. Dude, he dunks on people hard. He's so entertaining. Just plays in a small market, so he's not getting a ton of press. He plays for Memphis.
You see on Instagram these guys with 50-inch vertical leaps? I never used to see that. I remember when 42 inches was crazy. Now you see the 50-inch vertical leaps. Are those skeptical hippo eyes?
Yes.
They are?
Yes.
Because I'm seeing crazy.
You're on Instagram too much.
But what's going on? That's all fake?
Who's saying it's 50? They
you
are?
see these guys touching. You see these guys doing when you touch I don't know what the shit you guys do in the combines and stuff to see what your vertical is. They're getting up there like on a level where you're like, what the fuck is going on? These kids are dunking, 5'8", dunking like their heads is at the rim.
Yeah. I mean,
I've not seen
Spud
that.
Webb could dunk. You're talking about in the 80s, dude.
No, this.
You
I
ever
feel
seen
like
Spud Webb dunk?
yes, but this is
5'4".
weird. Yeah.
There's a video of it. Yeah, this guy Daniel Kabaya.
There's an Asian guy. There's this Chinese guy who's jumping like fucking crazy.
Dunk
50 is
Demics?
insane.
But anyway,
50's unheard of.
Probably going to be short. Like the
But
5'9", guy does it. So it's like
Yeah,
you're probably
so-
not going to get a 7-footer or anyone over 6 feet.
They said Jordan's was like 40. I forget, like
Five?
mid 40s. Yeah, 46, 47.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's bananas.
Freak.
Yeah,
Freak.
yeah,
What else you
yeah.
got?
What about the Brian Urlacher one? Oh yeah, or
Brian
Soprano.
Urlacher. There you go.
Brian Urlacher says that some ex-NFL players claim to have CTE to be in the lawsuit. So,
100%.
do you guys? Yeah.
Oh, why wouldn't you?
Right.
But I'm sure, and here's the other thing. Because if they're going to shill out all this money for the former players, right?
Yeah.
There's no way to prove it. We have no way of proving
Yeah, there's no
CTE.
test to prove it while you're alive, right?
No. You have to die, and then they look inside your brain.
Yeah. So if they gave you the CTE test now and there was money on the line, what would you do to fake having CTE?
Just what I'm doing. I've made so many mistakes talking on the podcast. I just have you edit all the times I've fucked up.
Somebody said something really interesting that I've thought about a lot lately.
Too easy.
People always say,
Because I talked for 10,000 hours.
I've been laying little breadcrumbs.
I
along the
talked
whole
for 10,000 hours.
Oh, now-
you're gonna fuck up no matter what.
Yeah.
We could just put that
No,
together. and be
yeah, you're fucking
This
up.
is a
Yeah, no,
weekly
totally.
thing on this guy.
But
Yeah.
people always look back and they go, "Well, I would have done this differently. I would have done that differently." Like, and then somebody said, "Everything's a trade-off." Like, doing a podcast was a great idea for us over the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Overall, great idea.
Yeah, saved my life.
Yes, there are things you could have done other than this. We could have been outside more. We could have been working
What?
on something.
Who says this?
Anything you do, you're going to give something up for something else. If you're in a place,
called
there might be
sacrifices.
there might be other things you can do. But the idea
Yeah.
that you look back and say, "What would I have done wrong?" I think you would have just made different mistakes. You would have made different mistakes, and you would have had
Right.
different.
It's an alternate timeline.
Well, any
and
line,
yeah.
any field you chose to go in, no one's gonna be perfect
Yeah.
in any field.
With somebody,
Impossible.
you're talking about having regrets and you're like, my life would be better had I chose this other thing. But you're like, well, not necessarily. It sounds like
You
it,
know
but
what?
that would've
I'm
come
not
with a
even
bunch
being.
of-
I'm not even. This isn't an arrogance thing. That has never crossed my mind.
Well, no, me neither.
In
because
anything ever.
Because
Yeah.
I chose to be a comic. Thank God. I chose to be an actor. Thank God. Chose to be.
So where's this come from? B?
Well, the idea is some people like I remember.
I don't know anybody that does.
I remember I said I want to be an actor, and I remember everyone in my life who wanted to protect me. The closest people said, "You're crazy. Don't fucking."
But that's
do
in.
it."
But welcome to the world.
But I could have listened, and I could have said, "Yeah, you're right. This is a fool's errand," and I wouldn't have done it. And I don't know who I would have been, right? But I'm
You
just
a
saying,
Hallmark card
anything
today?
you do.
I mean, but that's anything.
No,
like
but that's
anything
an
they can risk.
important
Like
thing. It's not
all
about
your
Hallmark. Just listen.
But no, I'm just saying, be like,
Yeah.
but anything like family wants to protect you. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna be a professional fighter. I'm gonna be an actor.
Yeah, but people
I'm
don't
gonna be.
follow that impulse a lot of times, and they pay for it the rest of their life. You have to fucking sometimes.
Well, but that's
you're
when
the
somebody
only
lives in
person
regret.
who knows the answer.
But that's the difference. Be like, you have to have that self belief. Like,
Yeah.
because if you're let's say you're starting comedy or a UFC career now, and you put a poll up on Instagram said, "Hey, how many think I should start a career in stand up or UFC?" You think it's going to be 90%? Yeah, go for it. No, dude, you're going to get horrible stories.
Yeah.
Dude, no, don't do that. It's too
course.
tough. Blah blah blah.
I would say that to my own kids. I'd be like, oh, let's get sensible.
Yeah. Do you
You don't
know
listen to
anybody
your
that
parents.
lives in regrets though, like that, like who fixates on their regrets? Because like, I think it's okay to have like thoughts like that, but as long as you don't stay there, because
It's such a waste of time.
productive. Yeah.
It's such a waste of time.
Waste of fucking time.
Because what are you going to do? There's nothing you can do. You just got
Tell
to
the
move
truth.
forward.
Tell yourself the truth.
Yeah.
You got to start by telling yourself the truth, and it's really easy not to. You know that Elon Musk said the biggest thing I suffer from. Then this is him saying it, and what I noticed a lot of people suffer from is wishful thinking. You know that shit
What do
when
you
you go, it'll work out, or it's like, we'll figure it out. Hold on, no, you won't. Hold on. Things don't just work out on their own a lot of times. You got
gotta
to
put
make
the
the
work
good
in.
choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you get, Jen?
This one?
Yeah. So, okay.
Wait, there was another thing that I saw that was another current event that I wanted
This one?
I wanted to ask about.
What be?
Yeah, who is Tony Sirico?
Paulie Walnuts.
Oh, he
So
died.
he just died, and yeah, they live streamed his
Oh
funeral.
fuck, he died.
In
The guy with
New
the
York.
streak in his hair. Let me see.
Exactly. Paulie Walnuts. What a great character, huh?
Wait, let me make sure I know who he is.
Born in 1942.
Yeah,
age
Paulie.
of 79. Yeah, he's exactly who you're thinking of. The guy with the
He was
white streak
actually.
in his
They
hair.
say he was actually for a while in the mob, right? Or wasn't he?
You believe it, don't you? I mean,
Yeah.
Hell
Look at
yeah.
like all those characters were so well
He was
cast.
great.
Yeah, but such a
great.
memorable character on the show, full of memorable
Oh, he
characters.
was great. Let me see something. Was Paulie in the mob? Army
Army
veteran
veteran.
Tony Sirico managed to accumulate more than 80 acting credits, but he'll always remember for his divine. Yeah, he was so good. See, he was an actor. He wasn't. in the
Yeah,
mob.
80 acting credits. Pretty
He
good.
was great. He
Pretty
was
good
fucking-
IMDb.
What a great career.
Do you love The Sopranos, guys? Because some people like, best show ever.
I think
yada,
one of the
yada.
best shows ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else you got, Jen?
Here we go.
What do you guys got?
Well, Gen Z says siren gays can trick horny men into getting whatever you want. So now TikTokers are coaching women on the exact look that you can use to manipulate and exploit men. It's called the siren gaze trend, where women are claiming a slight upturn of their lips is what seals a deal with potential partners, claiming it sends.
She doesn't have to do
That's
much.
the siren
Yeah.
days?
So I guess that's,
And a lot of plastic surgery.
yeah. And also be a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's not starting
Yeah,
from...
you don't
Master
need,
your
you don't
siren
need a
gaze.
Siren's gaze.
Yeah, I don't need any sirens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could actually be wearing a bag over your head, and I'd go, "Wait, who is that body? It's crazy." You know.
Yeah, you could be in a Biden shirt. I'd still be attracted.
Yeah.
And so, okay, what do you think about the ethics of this? You know,
I mean, you know,
Ethics,
it's just...
women have been
Is this any different than
using
getting fake breasts or... you know,
makeup.
being in shape,
Yeah.
makeup, dressing well, peacocking a little bit?
Yes.
Guys do it too.
It's just another thing to sell. Now you can sell a gaze. I
Yeah,
can teach you how to sell a gaze.
Here's how you should look.
I'll teach you how to breathe. I'll teach you how to gaze. You know,
But
there's a way to
you always got to come with some new kind of angle. On
monetize
TikTok.
everything.
Yeah.
Monetize everything.
Is that it, guys? That's it.
There it is,
so.
ladies and gentlemen.
There it is. Work on your gaze, fellas.
well, watch out for
See
that.
you in
gaze.
Milwaukee next weekend.
Beats
Best
in
stuff
Milwaukee.
drops tomorrow. Sammy the Bull, episode 1. Austin, Texas, Cap City, July 28, 29, 30. Nashville, Tennessee, Zanies, August 26, 27. Spokane, Washington, September 22, 23, 24. Brendan, where are you going to be?
This week we got 50 tickets left for a complete sellout in Fort Wayne, Indiana, baby.
Yeah.
Summit Comedy Club in Fort Wayne, Indiana. That is this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The Thick Squad will be there. Next Wednesday night, 10 p.m. show, Hollywood Improv, Schaub and Friends with some monsters. And then also next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm in San Diego, one of my favorite places in the world. San Diego Laugh Factory, downtown San Diego. Come get you some. August 4th through the 6th, I'm in Baltimore. One night only in Chicago at the Den Theater. That is a 7:30 show, one show only. I'm at the Den Theater in Chicago, heart of Chicago. And then the next day on the 27th is the Tough Mudder right outside Chicago. So come to the Comedy Show on 26th and join me and my friends at Rain and the Tough Mudder. Mark will be there. A bunch of Thicccboy Boys will be there. You can sign up using the promo code Team Brendan. You save, I think, 10% off on the sign-up fee. I think my heat is at 10 a.m. It's limited capacity. So make sure you sign up right now. That's August 27th, toughmudder.com. But the 26th is the Den Theater in Chicago. And then you'll see the rest of the dates on there. All right, guys. But Fort Wayne, Indiana, 50 tickets are left, baby.
Woo!
Let's sell this bitch out.
Yeah.
That's this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. San Diego, you're up next week. Love you guys. B, good show. This is the Fine Kid. We're out.